Hi everyone, welcome back finally. It's been a minute for me. I've just been busy and I haven't been able to upload any content. I just haven't had time to film. So I hope you all are doing okay in this crazy world that we're in. So today we're going to be making a really thick emulsified body butter with EcoMulse, also known as Rytamulse. It's a natural emulsifier and thickener that consists of glycerol stearate, cetearyl alcohol, and sodium stearyl lactylate. It's very effective with a 1 to 10% usage rate and a 25% oil phase. And I wanted to do a triple butter cream today with shea butter, cocoa butter, and mango butter. The oils I'll be using are rice bran and squalane. We are going to be doing the full 25% oil phase today with 15% just being the butters. I wanted this very thick and heavy, and I think I achieved that. So don't forget to like and subscribe to my little baby YouTube channel. And if you want to go more in depth with your formulating skills, just join my Patreon where we do deep dives and I share tons of different kinds of formulas that I don't share on here. I also have content just for small skincare businesses and I show you how to build a successful skincare business. Okay, let's look at the formula. For our water phase, we have propylene glycol for our humectant, and you can use glycerin or propanediol if you want. I also included urea in this at 2% because it's really nice for dry skin, and we are going to also be using a chelator in this to help our preservative. You can use sodium phytate if you don't want to do the EDTA. For our oil phase, we have EcoMulse at 8%, and I recommend using at least that much if you are going to have a larger oil phase. And then we're also going to do cetyl alcohol at 3% to ensure this is really thick the way we want it. And our preservative is going to be phenonip, which can go in the oil phase. You can use whatever preservative you want, but if you do use a different one, it will likely not go in the oil phase. So just keep an eye on that. And for my extracts, I did green tea and jasmine flower extract. And for my scent, I chose to do a strawberry bourbon scent, which was really nice. And now you don't have to do any fragrance if you don't want to, because the cocoa butter and the mango butter have a natural scent already, and it smells really good on its own. But I wanted some, so I used a scent, but you don't have to. And I also used DM6 dimethicone, which adds some nice slip and glide to this. You don't have to put your silicone in your C phase. It can actually go into the oil phase. It's not heat sensitive, but some silicones are volatile and those need to go in the C phase. So I've just always put mine in the C phase. It doesn't hurt anything. You can put it wherever you want. All right, let's get started. And I filmed at kind of a new angle today, so you can tell me if you like it or you don't like it. Okay, we're going to start with our water phase here and our propylene glycol and our disodium EDTA. And I'm actually going to put the water phase in a smaller beaker. We usually do it the opposite way, but when we go to combine these, we're going to be adding the water phase to the oil phase. It just works better with EcoMulse to be adding it directly to the oil phase. And really it doesn't matter, it's not a big deal, but we're going to have a pretty big oil phase, so I want to ensure we can just pour it directly into the oil phase without having to scrape the oil phase out. So again, you can use glycerin or propanediol for your humectant. You don't have to use propylene glycol. I really like propylene glycol. It's a fabulous humectant and it has an amazing skin feel, and it also works as a good penetration enhancer. We're also going to be adding our urea to our water phase. It's not heat sensitive. If you don't know about urea, it's really a fabulous ingredient. You don't want to use more than like 3 or 4% in the formula because over time it can cause the pH to drift. But it is so good for very dry skin. It also works as an exfoliant, and so it really helps the skin just shed off dead skin cells and all of that. I really like using it at like 2 or 3%. Now we're going to do our oil phase, and I'm going to add our EcoMulse and cetyl alcohol. You can use whichever alcohol you want. You can use cetearyl, you can use bihenyl, you can use cetyl esters if you want, but we wanted some added thickening in this, so cetyl is really nice on the skin. I thought it was perfect. And I've actually already measured out all my oils in a separate jar just because I didn't want to wrestle with using the bags and dumping them in one by one. And shea butter is kind of sticky, it like sticks to everything. So I weighed out all the oils and the butters before. So now we're going to move these two to our heat and our double broiler, and make sure you put some foil over the water phase so you don't have too much evaporation. Now with our water phase, I always add 1 to 3 extra grams of water just to account for any moisture lost from evaporation during the heating. If you want to be really exact, you can weigh your beaker before you put anything in it, and then weigh it again after you've added all your water ingredients, and then weigh it again when you take it off the heat and add whatever water was lost. Okay, now we're going to take these off the heat once they both are fully heated up and our B phase is fully melted, and we're going to add our water to our oils, and then we're going to put this under high shear. You can blend this for a little while until you see it start to thicken up, and this will thicken up fairly quickly and it'll cool pretty quickly as well. Now we don't want to add our C phase until this is fully cooled down. For whatever reason, EcoMulse doesn't like to have the C phase added while it's still cooling. Like, it can thicken up like cottage cheese and kind of ruin the emulsion. So wait till everything is fully cooled down and fully at room temperature before you add your C phase. And I almost forgot to weigh out our C phase. So for our C phase, we are going to do our extracts, our fragrance, and our dimethicone. And you can see just how thick this got once it's fully cooled down. It's very thick, just like a body butter. It's really nice and thick. This is exactly the texture I was wanting, and it's so pretty. Okay, now we are going to add our C phase ingredients. So we are just going to add these very slowly, little by little, and we're going to mix it in each time we pour a little bit in until it's all poured in. And then we are going to be testing our pH. So we want the pH between 4.5 and 5.5. Okay, once our pH is good, we are going to jar this up. I made exactly 8 ounces, so I'm probably going to get just under that in this jar, and it came out lovely. This is like the perfect emulsified body butter. You know, it's super nice. And let's try out the skin feel after we fill up our jar. So as you can see, it's super thick. It's really glidey. Now it rubs in really quickly. It doesn't have a long rub in time. So it rubs in really fast, and it is heavy. I can feel it on my skin. I actually tried this on my husband after I made it. He's got really dry skin right now. So I put a good amount on his hands and his arms, and I did the same. I put it all over my arms and legs, and I could feel it for quite a while. So it kind of had a longer soak in time. I don't like using the word greasy because it really didn't feel like overly greasy to where it was like slick, but it definitely had a long time before it soaked fully into the skin. But my skin felt great. I could feel it in the morning on my legs and my arms, and it had fully soaked in by that point. But it was lovely. I think you guys will love this formula. EcoMulse, I'm pretty impressed with. It is a great natural emulsifier. So if you wanted to make an emulsified body butter, I would suggest EcoMulse, and especially if you were wanting to stick to an all-natural formula. I did not have an all-natural formula here, but you could easily adjust this to make it more natural. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Enter any questions you have below. Comments, suggestions. I will be doing my best to get back on track with putting out more content. And please don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to check out my Patreon. And I hope you guys have a great day.